What's up, guys? Today we're going back to Sichuan, trying back to this beautiful province, this food heaven, to try one of its easiest recipes ever. One of my favorite recipes, it is going to be, you guess what? The 酸辣土豆丝, suan, sour, la, spicy, 土豆 with a Beijing accent, potato, and then 丝, which means shreds. Today we're going to make the sour and spicy shredded potatoes or potato shreds. This particular recipe is one of those recipes that you can actually have anywhere in China, all sort of restaurants, not just a Sichuan. It is actually a Sichuanese recipe that has now gone nationwide, with all Chinese people actually enjoying this recipe at home because it's really easy to make, and most important of all, it is super tasty. It is a great fun to peel potatoes. Since I was young, I would do this in exchange for my mom's commitment for preparing fries, with an abundant portion of ketchup and mayonnaise on top. You know what I'm talking about, right? Okay, we're diverging from the topic. We have chosen these potatoes as they have less starch content and more moisture. These waxy varieties tend to maintain a better shape after the cooking process. Both red and white skinned potatoes do a great job in Chinese stir-fry cooking. Love for peeling potatoes does not necessarily come with love to cut them into shreds. A good reason we have chosen this tool here to facilitate the preparation. It is good to keep the shredded potatoes in water for a while adding a touch of white vinegar inside. This is going to rinse away excess starch while preventing oxidation. Back with the peeling. It is the time for some ginger that we're going to mince into small pieces. Get some pieces of green onions and cut them into thin slices. We cannot resist from adding some garlic too. Time to spice things up with some dried chilies. Best way to do this is to cut them into shreds while removing the internal seeds. Trust me, you want to make sure that the taste of this dish is still on the sour note rather than the spicy one. We are going to quickly rinse the chilies into some water as to get back some moisture that is going to add a bit of extra texture. Quick rinse to the shredded potatoes, remove any excess water. Sorry, but I was trying to test a new skill, higher difficulty one. So food is actually a great way to learn a language. If you're thinking about learning Chinese, picking up some Chinese words, I think that learning how to make Chinese food is definitely a good step. So going back to the fact that this recipe comes from Sichuan, they would call it 酸辣土豆丝. And in Beijing or northern China, it might sound like 酸辣土豆丝. How would you say this in Chinese? Dao. This is basically da suan. And you know, the funny thing is that da means big. Garlic is not huge. And suan, it actually means garlic. So if you want to say garlic flavored, no, you wouldn't use da, you would use suan, xiang. See, learning Chinese with food is basically really easy. So I think that if you want to do that, you can leave us some comments. You might be enjoying also some of the videos that we're going to be making with a little bit of Chinese language in it, because we want to bring you together with understanding the culture behind these characters as well as the food. If you're interested in knowing more about China and its food culture, please subscribe to this channel, give us a like, leave us a comment, share it with your friends, alright? And here we are with the cooking. Oil into a preheated wok, green Sichuan peppercorns inside, chilies, and gently stir to get these aromatics infused in the oil. Time to add the garlic, ginger, and green onions in. Keep stirring and get a good smell. Definitely worth it. Shredded potatoes in, a good mix, and let's get this seasoned. A pinch of sugar, a touch of salt, and vinegar. We're using a mix, both black and white, but feel free to stick with your favorite one. And finally, soy sauce for some extra umami. Give it a nice stir and do not let the potatoes cook too much. We still like to eat them crunchy. The combination of sour and spicy flavors of these potatoes is really something. This just makes you feel like you don't want to stop eating this. Woo! And yes, it is a very easy recipe that you can make at home at any time. And to be honest with you, it's all the easiest recipes in the world. You can actually find, the popular version, the ones that you usually have with friends in common restaurants, the one you have at home, and the one that you actually find even in fine dining restaurants. Besides this, you can actually find lots of other varieties that have been created by different chefs, because food is actually also about innovation. So guys, if you want to surprise your girlfriend, boyfriends, family, friends, relatives, anyone you love with a great Chinese dinner, you're gonna be starting from this recipe. And of course, you might be needing a couple of more recipes to call it a dinner. So why don't you look into our videos up here, down here, press the button and enjoy. 再见, which means see you again. 见 means see. 再 again. See you next time.